Yeah.
We talk about everything, so
Why not, man? Did you see the video? The pastor video?
I seen the video several times. I watched it over and over.
What you think?
Oh, well, because right now I'm in a celibate phase, a celibate-ish phase, and we're talking about. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching the. So
thank you guys for tuning in to What You Think podcast.
I wasn't talking.
We're gonna be talking about.
What we're talking about is we're gonna touch base first on Pastor Wilson. And then we're just kind of moving around like our expectations of the men of the church. So, and
hey, look, I love us.
we're talking about how, like, okay, so he's a pastor, and he was going down through there. I mean, he went from the rooter to the tutor. I was impressed. Maybe it's because I haven't done anything in a long time, but I enjoyed the video several times.
He made me rethink my approach. You know, like. You watch Michael Jordan and figure out the little.
I enjoyed. It is a lot of women
still like, move, like, oh, I can do that turn.
They're not impressed. They're not impressed with it. But do you feel like we're trying to touch base on? Is that something that would disqualify him from being in the pulpit? Is that if married or not? Because at the end of the day, he is a man, just like
I'm not sure. We don't want to get. We don't know the facts, and we reckless. So we may misreport something. We never claimed to be a news outlet. This is just loose talk. So with that being said, I read two different things. One said he does have a wife, and then another account I read said that he was divorced and he's single.
Okay.
So
either way.
So as a pastor, just as if. And I'm just using, for example.
Let's just say he's a single pastor.
Okay, so just for example, say he is a pastor and he is married and he cheats. Is that any different than the taxi driver who is married, who cheats?
Right, because the taxi driver not gonna lose his job. They're gonna clown him in the break room.
Right, and so we hold them to the standard. We hold them to this. I understand that they're the shepherd of the flock, but. For the most part, they should be preaching to us that, we are not perfect. We slip up. He slipped that tongue.
She had a moment.
T-Nine.
Girl.
Yes. I mean, he just went all the way to the back door. That I didn't like that because once you go to the back door, you can't.
Did he go that far down?
He did. He did.
So this is
maybe he went to the tank.
The what?
The tank. The tank tween. That means because the tank ass and the tank pussy. That's why they call it the tank. That little spice, that little meat, right?
Tank ass and the tank.
That's why it's called tank, because it tank ass and it tank pussy. Yeah, that's why it's called tank. It's right there.
Whatever he did, I enjoyed.
Y'all didn't know why the tank was called the tank? Or y'all never heard of tank?
I never heard of tank.
Oh, my fault. Well, let me enlighten. I'm here to enlighten.
And that's the lesson for the day.
Interject a new word. What is the definition of?
I don't think the pastor licked the booty. I think he went to the tank. I think he went to the tank and went back up.
Okay. Well, maybe he didn't just go to the tank, but it was nice. He did a tank riffing job.
And it tain't wrong.
It ain't wrong at all.
It ain't a bad thing at all.
I don't think that as somebody who grew up in church and was taught forgiveness and who was taught that
your church taught forgiveness. That's a nice church because most churches was teaching damnation in the 80s and 90s.
If you go to the altar, you confess your sins. What happens? You're supposed to be. Is it abolished?
God is faithful to forgive.
Or you get your sins expunged?
Right.
I don't know how.
Expunged.
I think that's what it's supposed. Actually, that's the NIGGA translation. It does actually say that once you repent,
you get your sins. Your sins are expunged.
God be passing out expungements.
So
y'all can't look at my record.
There's no reason that we can't say. Well, if he confessed his sins and he had a transgression or a backslide or whatever he called it, I gotta go to church more often now. I forget the words.
I've been to church enough to tell you that I know that people are not supposed to be judging if they don't want to be judged. I've been
what
to church
was so
enough.
bad about it though? Like a man was performing sexual acts.
I think the shock value is even though people know pastors are humans, they still put them on a pedestal. They don't look at them the same way. It's kind of even like as a little kid, kids look at teachers like they only exist at the school.
Right.
Like I remember when I used to see kids and I live in the neighborhood of the school I worked at, so I'm at the same 7-Eleven.
Right.
I know their mamas, I know their daddies, or whatever. So they would be like, Mr. Henson's at the 7-Eleven. Like, what you doing here? And I'm like, I drink icy just like y'all drink. They're like, you at 7-Eleven. Or they'll pull up and I be playing dominoes with their uncle. They be like, Mr. Henson's here. And I'm like, they just didn't expect me to be in that environment. And so I think people put people on a pedestal. A little kid, I saw one of my, this is an aside. Last night, one of my students that I had was when she was in 4th grade, ran up on me, this ties in, was like, Mr. Mack. She hugged me, she's a senior now. She was like, I haven't seen you, I thought I would never see you again. She was like, Mr. Mack, you remember when the ring, she got a ring stuck on her finger. Then she stopped, she said, I thought you was never gonna get old. He said, I thought you was immortal, but your beard is great. like, Mr. Mack, you old. Yeah, her heart was broke that I'm aging in front of her.
Sweet.
Man, it was funny, man.
Sweet.
True story.
That's crazy. But I think we do hold teachers, clergymen, pastors, anybody that we put in leadership.
Politicians,
anybody we put in a leadership position, we hold them to this standard of perfection. Like, you don't do anything wrong. Like,
and
don't
it's unfair.
cuss. Don't do this. I mean, my thing is like with a politician is completely different, especially if your platform that you're pushing. Like, what was that man, Ralph? What was his name, Shorty or something? I don't know. He was a politician in Oklahoma, but he was so anti-gay everything, and then you get caught in a hotel room with a little boy smoking a little weed, and that's what you were doing. I mean, that's right there is a whole different situation. But if it was if the pastor was sucking dick, and he was at the altar talking about homosexuality and going to hell, no, he was doing what men do. He was eating some.
I would probably, I haven't been to that pastor's church, but I would venture to guess Pastor Pie Eater at some time preached on fidelity. I bet he was real big on being faithful and honest. I have a hunch that's what he was on.
You could be right.
While he was snack boxing every chance.
But then again, because we don't know, we don't know his, we don't officially know his marital status.
I'm gonna say he's single because that's what I read in his sound back.
So we don't know his, so when you're not married, you're single. So if he's single, he can be snack boxing.
So
anybody snack box he won't.
But then shouldn't he be married though to be able to engage?
There you go.
Because I mean,
that's a solid argument.
He's not perfect. He is of flesh.
No, I'm not.
So
that would be the argument.
So should he be? I would say, let's take the other side.
Well, let's say this.
He should be held to a high standard. I can argue both sides.
Why should he be held to a high standard?
Because once you're in a leadership position, you are a role model, and people expect more of you. That sounds stupid when I say it out loud, don't it? Just because people expect you to be perfect, you're supposed to be that. I can't do it. I tried to argue the other side.
I get it because especially if it was something like you were voted into this position and whatever your platform was to get that position.
You should strive to be the best you could be when you are a leader. There is more responsibility and pressure on you. But at the same time, I feel like we as the people who look up to those leaders have to always give them room to be human. That's my real answer. Right. I feel like if you are a leader, you are called to be, you are held to a higher standard. Being favored is not fair, and there are some things that come with it. But at the same time, we as the people who look up to them should also allow them to err. They should be trying to push themselves to a standard. But when we see them fall, we shouldn't tear them down. Right. We should encourage them to try to get back up.
I think in today's age, we kind of value authenticity. Like you mentioned, actually seeing your pastor at a bar.
That's how Trump won.
Okay, that was cool.
Well, my thing...
Trump won on being like, all these other people lying, I'm a crook. I'm with all that shit. That's what got them people, man. At the end of the day, the people who vote, they was like, you know what? We know everybody else crooked. He crooked in our face. So them 30-40% that he don't never lose no matter what, they already thinking we already knew he was a crook going in. We ain't tripping. Right. All them other people is crooks too and they hiding it. That's Trump's superpower that y'all don't see. The people that voted for him, voted for him because he sat in front of the world and was like, I can shoot somebody and I ain't finna lose no vote. He was so real that the people was like, well, fuck it, I'm riding with him. They all crooks anyway. It would be just like if Snoop Dogg was like, cuz I'm running for president. We would let Snoop slide with all kind of shit. That's the same, whatever. They be like, we got Snoop fucking hoes. President Snoop got fucking hoes. And I be like, so Snoop been fucking hoes.
Snoop does.
That's what Trump is doing, man. So everybody who's like, why is Trump, what do they not see? They been seeing it. They already decided that's what come with business.
Yeah.
So
my problem with the video is that
be real. It
there
works.
is a video. That's my problem. Is that there?
Is there a
That old
problem?
dirty, the dirty person that leaked it. Something happened
but
to
first of all,
Corinthia with
I
a
don't
fat
care
ass.
what your position is. I don't care if you just a pastor at the church, you just a deacon at the church, or you just go to church on a sometime basis. Why are y'all so quick to let people record you having sex? I used to.
Because you said he was like a legend. He knew that. That's why when you good at stuff, you want people to record you.
So ideally,
if I could dunk, I'd be like, come watch me dunk.
Most women are good at it.
Is having sex tape, is doing a sex tape, does it goes against morals? Because
it goes against common sense.
So you're in a relationship.
No,
you
because
make a tape with somebody.
I have before, and and that's why I'm speaking on it, because at the end of the day, I have to think about, like, if it gets on the internet.
Right.
I have children on there that are of age to Google shit.
Okay.
I'm having grandkids. Once it's on there, it
ain't never
So it's not wise.
So it's not a wise decision to,
Okay.
I've sent nudes. I've sent, I've let a guy, record that.
See,
you did.
I was feeling like,
I said, so look. So you understand why?
I understand.
You was proud of what you could do.
This is when camera phones first came out. This is when camera phones first came out. I'm like, yeah, record this.
Hey, when they first came out, they was like, oh, we can
record everything. You record the back shot. You record everything. And I'm like, oh, y'all didn't?
Yeah. Keep going.
You record everything.
I'm with you.
I'm like,
with all that.
It was just what we did, but now in this day and age, it's because it's a crime. It's a crime. They made it a legal crime called revenge porn.
You can't do it.
You can't do it. So to avoid that, then
they need to be prosecuted to the full extent
Let's put our phones up. For leaking sex, like if you record me doing whatever, you don't. Then
you can go to jail.
Don't leak my nudes.
And also, if you're a kid, like if you was a kid and you're a child and another person that's underage sends you porn, even though you're a kid, like you're 16,
y'all both
then
minors.
you can get arrested for having child porn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
Yes, because
it's just not smart.
It's child pornography. So high school kids, y'all sending your meat stick, you sending your titty, you sending your body. You are trafficking in illegal porn, even if it's your own body. You don't have the right to be sharing underage nudes, and you don't have the right to have them. You will go to jail, even if it's your girlfriend and y'all the same age. They will have you as a sex offender,
and that's not cool.
She could be a year older than you. You could be 16. She could be 17. You still gonna go to jail. I'm talking to whoever watching this that's underage.
Hopefully nobody.
Oh yeah, you should be.
No,
but y'all on the internet. It's YouTube. It's YouTube. It's out there.
But I'm just saying that's something you don't. That's about one of the problems I had was, one, that he let it be recorded, and two, that whoever the woman was, and why she have stretch. Most women have stretch marks like that on their thigh. That's just.
Hey, look, it depends on what your body do.
All that black in the thigh, but
you seen with your thighs? You might have them.
I don't know what my thighs look like. I take pictures of myself.
You might not know what it look like from that angle.
I mean, because most times if a woman shaves, she does use a mirror. That's neither here nor there.
Whole new podcast.
No, neither here nor there. But I'm just.
But I see they.
But I would never release it if somebody trusted me to have that video of them, because I get them in my inbox.
So what made you want to do it? Let me see. What made you want to do a tape initially?
What?
She said because the phones was new.
Because new technology came out, so we were recording everything. Like, and then you get a new camera phone. You're like, look at the pixel on that. Yeah. You can see the moisture as it goes in. Like, it come out being like an oil stick.
God.
I'm 46. And I got 4 kids and 3 baby daddies.
Thank God for HD.
I ain't
Thank
new
God
to
for HD. Thank God for HD.
You know they got that 4K now.
Listen.
Mega pencil.
I don't do what I used to do.
Alright, so you guys, tell me what you guys think as far as the past. Do you think he should be disqualified for making sex tapes? Do you think there's a certain sense of standards that he should have for who he is, depending on the posterior role that he in?
Do y'all think that we all need to put our cameras down and quit recording every goddamn thing we do? Whether we whooping our kids, are we f***ing, are we just, riding around speeding? Whatever it is, I mean, everybody records everything.
Stop snitching.
Stop snitching on yourself, son.
Or maybe we should all just be doing tapes and being free and being comfortable and not being so judgmental of what everyone else is doing with their lives.
Because I'm going to tell you how the pastor could switch it. Instead of hiding in shame, he come out and make another video and be like, yeah, I ate pussy. I'm good at it.
God made
God made my tongue.
It makes sense. It goes together.
Hey, ain't no shame. Church started 10:30. I think you can flip it.
I thank you guys for tuning in. So What You Think podcast. My name is Freeze.
We all going to hell. I'm T-Dot.
Me and Jesus gonna be in the corner making fun of y'all. Me and Jesus gonna be sitting at the front of the gate like, look at this. Hey, y'all gonna be mad when y'all get to heaven and I'm up there. Me and Jesus gonna be like, look at that square right there.
Down there the whole time I hit no weed.
He's been his whole life stressing.
That's what you and Jesus gonna be
Me and Jesus
blowing L's.
Laughing at y'all stressing. Didn't think I was gonna get here. Surprise!
This is Mack O, and thank y'all for tuning in. So What You Think.